All right, so today we're going to go over the DJI 2. It includes a receiver, two microphones, two
Two
pieces
pieces
that
that
connect
connect
to
to
either
either
an
an
iPhone
iPhone
traditional
traditional
fire
fire
port
port
or
or
the
the
new
new
USB-C,
USB-C,
a
a
charging
charging
case,
case,
two sound muffles, or as some call it, dead cats, a charging cable, and a connector to connect directly to your camera. I am going to walk you through each and every aspect of how to configure one step at a time. And let's focus first on these three pieces of equipment, the two microphones and the receiver, and what they can do. Each of these devices can connect to the receiver and give you a central location that you can connect to something other than what your Bluetooth can connect to. That can be your camera, your phone, or some other input device like an audio board, like the microphone that I was using to record this originally. They also allow you to connect through Bluetooth. As you can see here, when connected through Bluetooth, you will see a blue light on the side of the device, and when you're connected to the receiver, you will see a green light. This isn't always the case. There are certain circumstances when that green light doesn't mean the same thing. It has a light green and a dark green. For the most case, when it's connected to Bluetooth, it's blue. When it's connected to the receiver, it's green. It is very important to understand that on each of these devices, there are three different indicators. Well, two buttons and an indicator. The light indicate what kind of device you're connected to and you're paired with. Then you have the Bluetooth pairing button right below that light. And I'll show you step by step how to pair it. And then the third button is the off on switch. On the other side, you have the record button with the red circle around it, a charging port, or a port that allows you to download the audio file to your computer, and a little light here at the top. And I'll explain what each of these mean. In addition to that, you obviously have a nice magnet that you can use to attach this to your clothing, your hat, your shirt, your jacket, or your sweater when you're recording. But today, it's all about how you configure these to work with your phone, with your computer, with your camera, so that you can understand how to use them. So we've determined that you can A, repair them with the receiver and the receiver connected devices, and you compare them to Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth can be paired to your computer, your phone, or other devices that accept Bluetooth connections. There is a third part to this that is really important. And if you're a creator, this piece will be a lot to you because it has happened to all of us where you sit, you record something, and you record and you record, and then you find out you have no audio when you're done. All you have to do simply is press this little record button and the red light will come on showing you that this device is recording locally in addition to broadcasting to whatever it is connected to. Now, if it's broadcasting to the receiver, like in this case, then you have both audios. You can record whatever your receiver is connected to on your computer, and you record with this on your camera, which is what I'm using to record on this right now. I can plug this in and plug it into my camera and record with this. But if something goes wrong and it's not plugged in well, or if I forget to turn the audio on the camera, or something else messes up, then it is always nice to have that red light on and know that you have the recording already saved on this device. And a very distinct advantage to the audio on this device, and I'll explain that also. Let's talk about which use cases work for which kind of connection you want. Do you want Bluetooth? Do you want to use the receiver? Do you want to hook up the receiver? And what do you want to hook it up to? And what are the benefits to each one? Let's talk about Bluetooth one mic on your phone. If you need one microphone and you don't need two, and you want to hook this to your phone so that you can record a video, then I suggest you use the Bluetooth. You pair it with your phone, and then when you pull this out of the case, it'll automatically know that it's been paired before, and it will reconnect just as it did in this video. Now, I keep the second one paired to my computer so that when I want to use a voiceover with my computer, I can just pull that one out of the box and it automatically connects to my computer just as it did in this video.
So that gives you easy access to Bluetooth and how you should use them. One of the cases that Bluetooth doesn't work is when you want to do an interview and you need two microphones. There are some small exceptions that if you can get your computer to record two sources, then you could record both of them. You could pair both of them to your computer and then record both sources, and that would give you independent control over each of those sources, but you still would need to record on your computer for that to happen, or to record on the device itself like this also. Okay. Another case is when you want to do an interview. And when you want to do an interview, I would advise that you record on using the receiver. The receiver allows you to connect multiple devices. And it isn't only limited to the two that come in this kit. You could buy another kit and connect up to, I think it's 4 devices to this, and it will allow you to control all 4 of them. As you can see here now, I have both of these devices paired to the receiver and both of them recording independently. And so I can now set the levels on this for the interview if someone has a really big boomy voice and someone else one person is really close and is blowing out the phone like this one here, and then the other one is far away and is doing it like this. So I can go in to this with this way up next to my microphone like this, and I can click on these and I can scroll down to that microphone and I can turn up or down that microphone to whatever level I need it. So now I'm turning the one up that's laying on the table, the number 2 on the right, and as you can see, it is starting to approach the same level, plus 12 is as high as it goes, as this one here. But even though they are 2 separate distances away, this allows you to adjust them like that. Now, if I put this microphone back down here, you'll see that its audio drops off considerably. And therefore, I could wind this one back down to the +6, and they would both be equal. This allows you to adjust the difference in the mic to the person that's on there. And it also allows you to adjust the overall microphones within the whole system. So if you need to turn the whole thing up to a +12 here, now you can see we're basically almost redlining just sitting right here. So this allows you that flexibility of adjusting the overall ups and downs or each individual mic if you continue to click on it. And if you had more mics, it would cycle through all of them. This is a very important feature of this microphone set. Now, the nice thing about this is it also comes with the connectors. And as you can see here, there is a little placeholder here on the bottom. So if you want to connect this receiver to an external device other than plugging this in to the output and feeding it into your camera, but let's say you wanted to plug it into your phone and you have an old iPhone 10 like I do, and you want to use the Fire port. So you can just basically put this here and slip this connector into place, and voila, you now have the Fire port connected to this, and you can plug this in directly into your phone. And there is a distinct advantage on an iPhone when you plug this into the iPhone. The one thing that you will notice that when it is connected through Bluetooth, the DJI mic does not use the default software, cannot pick up the mic. But when you use the receiver, it does assume this is the default mic, assuming that you would have a pair of headphones or something else plugged in there, and it does record this way. So you will see conflicting information on whether you can use the DJI mic with your iPhone or not. Now, there is a very simple workaround to using this with Bluetooth on your iPhone, and that is to download an app called Blackmagic Camera. And it will allow you to pick the source of the actual audio that you want, and it will also allow you to set the quality of the video that it's recording. And so it has some really nice features for adjusting and setting things up. So you should check that out even if you don't use it for recording on Bluetooth. But it does allow you to record on Bluetooth on your iPhone, but it does not allow you to record from multiple devices. It only allows one Bluetooth audio device connected at a time, as far as I know. Now, maybe some of the newer iPhones allow more, but from what I understand, it's one. So if you're looking to record multiple, you could easily pair one of these with your Bluetooth device and put the other one into this mode here where it's recording here, and you can add this audio in later. Now, my advice is that when you're doing an interview, record with both of them, even if this is on Bluetooth. It will allow you to sync up the audio very simple. And the way I do that usually is on camera, I'll go 1, 2, 3. And then I have the audio that I can use for syncing up and the video that I can use for syncing up. And you will see the waveforms on your video jump 1, 2, 3. And as long as you're quiet before and after, it works really well. That allows you to get everything synced up without something. Now, if you're using CapCut, it does have a sync mode that works pretty darn good, and it does use audio, and that 1, 2, 3 will allow it to sync up. So you put this in Bluetooth mode, pair it with your phone, put both of them on record, and then when you go back to edit this in CapCut, it's very easy. You can use the automatic sync, though. It'll attach all the lines and the video together. And even if you're using dual video, it can sync that up also. And you could feed one through this camera and the other through your camera, and it would sync those up, and you would still have the independent audio control. But, so, the key here is to understand how to configure these. Now, let's go into configuration mode of these devices. You've saw me switch them back and forth here, but you haven't really seen me pair them with anything. So Bluetooth pairs on practically all devices very similar to the way it pairs with all other devices. The one thing that you need to keep in mind is that DJI has a limited number of devices, and it didn't want to create a button that said, go into Bluetooth, switch from Bluetooth mode to receiver mode. But what it did do is it gave you a way to do it. If you press and hold, if you press the record button and let go, it goes into record mode. And if you press it again, it shuts it off. But if you push and hold, you will feel it vibrate in your hand, and it will switch to Bluetooth mode. Now, if you have this paired with your phone, then it automatically connects to your phone. If you have this paired with your computer, it will automatically switch to your computer. If you want to change what it is compared with, or it starts blinking, meaning that it isn't paired with anything, it's very simple. Right below the blue light, there is a pairing button. And so you basically push the pairing button and hold it, and it goes into Bluetooth pairing mode. After a few seconds, it'll start to blink, and then it becomes discoverable, and you can go into your phone and you can pair it with whatever you want. Now, once it goes into Bluetooth pairing mode, the trick is that it's not going to come out of Bluetooth pairing mode. I don't know that you can get it out of this mode. And if you overwrite one of your settings, then that's it. It's stuck and you're there, and you need to fix the Bluetooth mode unless you take it out of Bluetooth mode and put it back into pair with this. Now, once it is paired with this, then you've noticed here that there's two different types of green lights. And I want to point this out because it's very important to understand the difference between these two. And you will see there's a little symbol on the screen here that goes along with it. And this is the noise canceling option. So I'm going to roll down to that one. And actually don't even roll down to it. You just click on it. This is an actual touch screen. At least I think it was. I'm going to go down to that one. And you can roll it up and down to get the audio setting. Okay, that's good. And you roll up on one or two, and you can see here that you can put on recording mode, which I just did there. You roll back down, you can roll up on this one, you can put it on recording mode, or you can turn off or on noise canceling. Now, if you're wearing this, you can't feel it, but you can see it vibrate, or you can feel it vibrate. And you can see the light change when the noise canceling comes off and on. It goes to green this way and light green that way. Light green means it's got noise canceling on, and this one means it doesn't. There's also a mute. So you can mute the microphone so that if you're doing an interview and you want to shut somebody and you want to turn just one person off as they walk off to go to the bathroom or something like that, then you can easily swipe up on their microphone, mute them, and when they come back, you can unmute them. You can also turn off the recording. You can turn off or on the noise canceling just by a simple wave of the wand up or down. And then when you're on this screen, you can see that that microphone has been muted. So when that person comes back and you need to turn them on, then you can easily just come over here, swipe up and say, okay, unmute, turn on noise cancellation, and you can hit record if you wanted to start recording again. This one you can see all of the symbols that are on here tell you what's going on with that particular microphone. So if I go into this one now, I can see here there is no recording. Recording on, recording off. It's very, very simple. And mute. So once you have this paired, it works like that. Now in Bluetooth mode, it's exactly the same thing, except you don't have the control over that. You basically pair it with the device. You don't have the control over the noise cancellation and everything. I believe that the noise cancellation, I don't know how to configure the noise cancellation when you are in Bluetooth mode. I suspect that Bluetooth has it itself. I use in OBS when I'm broadcasting on, there's filters in there for the noise canceling, or in Windows, or in your Mac you can set it up also. So I use that in OBS. I use noise canceling there. That gets rid of that background noise like the air conditioners or whatever it is like that. Either way. Now, recording on the device has some very distinct advantages. So when you hit record on these devices, not only are you able to have a backup of the recording here, but if you have ever recorded your audio, and then when you get it, it sounds like this, and because you've blown out the audio and it's been too loud. Now you have a measuring device here that tells you how loud the audio is, but sometimes this camera, this one that I'm looking at right now, has a tendency to blow out the audio and record it louder than what is actually being input into it. And I didn't know to turn the microphone down when I first did this. So I got this audio that was blown out like this and it sounds really bad. So what I was able to do is to take the audio from this, and no matter how loud you get, this is recorded in 32-bit mode, and it allows you to adjust that up and down, even on blown out the audio. You can adjust it. It has a very granular waveforms. It gives you a lot of control and the ability to control your audio. So it is going to be the best audio. Although the Bluetooth mode still works good for giving you the alignment of code, but on a camera like this has a microphone built in and you can use it. And then your phone has a microphone built in and you could use it also. Or you could use whatever other microphone it is. But the key here is that is the best audio if you find that what you got on your camera or your phone didn't work the way you expected it to, or if you're recording, like on a job site, you're recording one person with one microphone, and so you pair this to your Bluetooth, and then occasionally you need to add the audio in for that other person, you can record this one on the device or use the device's audio to add to it. That's the thing there. I have not really seen a major difference in the quality of the audio unless the device that you're recording it on is poorly designed. This camera has a tendency to blow things out. My iPhone, my laptop, my Mac, all of them, the audio coming in from this is every bit as good as the audio on this. I have not noticed a difference unless I'm recording on those devices in 8-bit or really low bandwidth or something like that. But that's not real common. Now, the very nice thing about the transmitter is I showed you the Fire port, but it is not the only connector. It also comes with a USB C connector. This allows you to connect to your computer. It allows you to connect to your Android. It allows you to connect to place right there on your camera, your holder, put the cable in and feed it in that way if you want, or plug it directly in through one of these ports. Between all these different options, it depends on what you want to do. But the most important thing was to learn to pair this to each one. Now let me show you how, if you had more than one mic, or if your mic comes unpaired with the device here. So for example, and both of my mics are paired with this device. I'm going to shut off the recording, and I'm going to shut off the recording on this one. And I'm going to put both of these into the green dot mode. And I am going to plug this in here, and then I'm going to insert both of these into this box. And as soon as I do that, you will see that it immediately goes into charging mode and pairing mode to this device. Now what that means is that you can go and take buy an extra microphone or buy another set of microphones, and you can pair all of the microphones with this one receiver, which is really nice if you were interviewing in a group of 4 or 6, then you could add enough microphones to that 4 or 6 to be able to easily accommodate a larger party, or you could just record them all with the record option, and then it would do. Now, when you take this out, it immediately goes into seeking mode, and you can see it's flashing green. And I can take this one out, and it's going to be flashing green. But as soon as I take this out, it automatically goes in and pairs with this automatically because it's in the green mode. Had I placed it in the case in the Bluetooth mode, it would come out in Bluetooth mode and automatically sync to whatever device. Now, I have ran into one problem where I put this into the case in Bluetooth mode, and then I go to use my computer, and it has a device paired to it, and it's the microphone sitting in the case charging in the other room. So I have a tendency now to turn these mics out of Bluetooth mode into regular connection mode, then place them in the case, and that way they all charge, but they are not getting paired with my device once it's out of this case. Now, I don't know what the specific scenario is with it doing that, and I don't know why it does that. There's probably a reason for it. I am not pretending that I know everything about these devices, and if you see something that I am doing that you know a better way to do it, please let me know. I would love to add to this video and come back and do an update on how to pair it. But the important thing is that you know how to put it in Bluetooth mode and pair it. You know how to pair it to this device. You know what to use the Bluetooth for, and you know what to use the receiver for. All of those items are really important, and that you understand how to override the recording so that you can just basically go into record mode and just record off of your microphone and be extra safe in that sense. In addition to that, you understand now how that you can connect this to your old iPhones, your new iPhones, your Androids, your computers, your cameras. And the really cool thing about this is this carrying case is also a charger. So as soon as you put everything into this case, whether it's in record mode, it shuts off. Whether it's in this mode or that mode, it automatically goes in and gives you an estimate here of the amount of hours that you have left in the charge that's in there. And it tells you that these are all charging, the receiver's charging, and both of the receiver and both of the microphones are charging. Now you can also take this cord. Now I've got a bunch of these cords, so I haven't even taken this out of the package. And you can plug it in through a USB-C port right here, and it will charge the entire case and all of the contents. So a lot of the times what I do is I just leave this sitting on my counter at home, and when I get ready to do a recording, I reach in and I grab, if I wanted to record on my phone, then I grab the camera, I grab the microphone on the left, which is paired to my phone. If I want to record on my computer, then I grab the microphone on the right, and that is always paired with my computer. And that makes it very easy for me to know which one's going to go. And then if I'm going to be recording an interview, then I just go ahead and grab all of them out of here when I do it, and they're all paired automatically because I switched it back to that mode. Then it's just a matter of putting the mics on, adjusting the levels so that they look right for the device that it's going into, and that you're not over broadcasting or under broadcasting, or have one mic that's really super loud and then another mic that is really super quiet. That's what you really want to avoid. So anyway, this should give you a great overview of how to use it. If there's any questions whatsoever, obviously we all know what the dead cats are used for. The only downside to the entire system here is that the dead cats can connect to this to stop wind and air from bothering these microphones. They work extremely good. The only problem is once they're on, you can't close the case, and that is really irritating because I like to keep my microphones in this format all the time so that I can grab these and go out to either a solar shed or outside and record something I hardly ever record inside. So this, I hope, helps you understand how to use the DJI 2 microphone. I know the DJI 3 and the DJI Mini are very similar in nature, and most of the buttons are the same. The only thing that's really different is the size and the recording time on these. They can record up to 18 hours or 14 hours on these, and the batteries last for 14 hours also. These things, I have never had a battery act up on me. I have recorded live streams and then immediately gone into recording videos afterwards and spent hours doing multi-recording sessions. Never, ever had a battery warn me that it was low. So I have no idea what it looks like when it does happen. I suspect that at some point it will happen, but it has not happened yet. So in short, I just want to say that I hope this helps you with the DJI 3 microphone. And I hope that you also can use the DJI 3 in your everyday thing. And if you're one of those people who's bought a set and haven't used them yet, then I encourage you to record your next video or live stream using the greatest audio device ever made. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.